I think that there is infinite abundance here without getting onto woo-woo terms or anything like that. I think there's just infinite here, where I think everybody fits in their lane. Everybody has a specific lane that they fit in, because this is, almost natural selection on a point. Nothing here is out of place. So it's like, if your passion is this, then natural evolution would not allow anything else. Like natural evolution would not allow anything but your passion to be to manifest itself into reality. So I think, yeah, if people were just to go for it, they would absolutely find that there's a piece of a place for them everywhere.
Hi, my name is Zenka Caro. I'm founder of LightNet, and my passion and purpose is to make the impossible possible. I am here today with Matthew Copeland, who is the founder of the Hestia Fund. Now, this fund uses a very unique algorithm, which he is using to fund the Renaissance. Check it out.
I think I discovered my purpose to be just to help people out, but to go further and say there's this big shift going on right now, where it just seems that societies rise and societies fall. And right at the end of the fall, there's something else that needs to come up to rise. So I feel like my purpose is helping that facilitate that next rise, or whatever it possibly is. It's like, I feel like I'm here just to do that, to facilitate that. I've come into work with indigenous peoples. I've come into work with finance. I'm just starting to really see my piece in the world, my change that I'm going to help. It's just kind of along the lines of facilitating that new system that's going to come out of it. A new system to me, the collective consciousness, the people of the time, whoever it was in this little slice of reality, from the 1900s till the 2000s, they had a very specific system that they created, because that's who they are. They created a system that wraps around who they are, that it exemplifies them, amplifies them, shows their best, shows their worst. And so now that, the younger generation, everybody talks about the younger generation. Like, now that we have a new generation of people, these people are very different from, say the 1900s, from the 1800s, the 1700s. Now that we have a very new generation of people, we have to create new systems around them to once again exemplify, to amplify, et cetera, et cetera. So bringing in this new system to me is basically like looking at the old things, like finding what's good about the old things, what we want to take on from the old things, and then just creating something that's for the newer generation. A lot of things that we have are going to fall down, and then a lot of things that, maybe a few of the things that we have will stick around, but because it's just a totally different system of people now, we're going to need a totally different system to wrap around us. I think the types of things that would be in that system, I don't know, probably for an example that most people may understand, like our currency right now is fiat currency. It's not based on anything. It was really good for derivatives. It was really good for the stock market. Like, a lot of our mathematics would have imaginary numbers. And so fiat was kind of that imaginary number that we could put into place. It's like, we're still trying to understand exactly what this place is. We're still trying to figure out the physics of it and whatnot. So fiat currency was kind of the imaginary number. But now the more we go into mathematics, the more we understand there's no such thing as imaginary numbers. I mean, it's either all imaginary, none of it's imaginary. And that's kind of dualistic thinking part. But it's like the system that we had worked perfect for the last 100 years. And then now we're trying to figure out what's next after that. We have seen that we can't continue to do fiat. We can't do baseless currency forever. Do we go back to some form of gold standard, or do we go towards some new form of standard kind of thing? That would probably be a little bit of what the new the new system entails. So that would be finance. New forms of governance will very likely pop up, new ways of agriculture, new ways of connecting with people. Before the internet, we kind of just ran into people and, somehow figure out how to contact them. But now with the internet, we connect with all sorts of different people. And so there's kind of a internet, new form of internet that's about to be unleashed on society in a lot of different ways, which I think will be kind of part of the new system. I think what led me to these discoveries is of my purpose in this is, like, I just turned 30 just a week ago. After 30 years, I've had a very, very specific life. I've been able to see the nasty parts of the system. I've been able to see all the different things. I feel like I have a mind that is capable of looking at each little piece and understanding what needs to be fixed. The people that I've met throughout my lives just so happen to so magically align with this purpose of all the different things that I want to do. It was kind of just a gradual 30-year process of experiencing it, understanding knowledge that will be able to help change it, meeting people who will actually help me, help in the process of changing it. And then finally, just the drive of wanting to do it. Just, I love building so much, new things. I love shiny things. Just every little bit of my being is saying go. Why have people not found their purpose? I think, and of course I just think, these are just my opinions, who knows what's going on outside of any of this, but I feel like people just repress themselves so much, just like on an emotional level, on a physical level, on a spiritual level. We sort of just suppress ourselves because we're afraid of who we are on the other side of it. And it's like life is both the positive and the negative emotions coming together. And sometimes we just don't want to feel the negative emotions. We don't want to experience or acknowledge them. And so through that experience, we end up repressing ourselves very significantly. And, because we're afraid, because of something happened before, because of whatever reason, just the more we suppress ourselves emotionally, the less we feel our emotions. And I think our emotions are a big compass or a cornerstone or guidance towards your purpose. It's like whatever you're feeling on the inside kind of just naturally pushes you in certain ways. So I think we've kind of just lost that about ourselves. And then the more we're pushing in this direction of feeling ourselves, of being okay with who we are, I think the greater purpose of the collective will start to emerge. I think the biggest struggle that I've had trying to live my purpose is being worried about what other people think and what other people say, the way they might react to what I feel like my purpose is. A lot of people say, like, if somebody's calling you crazy, you're on the right path, which, as funny as that sounds, really is sort of it. Like, if you're really trying to be a trailblazer and you're trying to create something so new, then you're going to have to go against opinion, because every major science advancement ever, I'm sure people laughed at Steve Jobs when he was talking about the iPhone. Every advance ever has come with some form of, like, you're crazy. And so the more you can get away from that, I think that was the biggest struggle of mine. And the more that I've gotten away from that, the more I think I've found my purpose. I'd say for people who have no idea what their purpose is, who are trying to get out there to try to find it, just let go of yourself. Let go of the definitions that you have of things. Let go of this idea that you know what's going on, that you know how things are supposed to be. Every single time you give an explanation, every single time you give like an opinion or anything of that sort, just realize that's your own belief. And once you can let go of your own beliefs, maybe you have this idea of who you are, of what you're supposed to do, but the more you can let go of that, the more you're in a state of infinity. The more you can start to, like I said earlier, feel these emotions inside of you. Feel these emotions and let go of your sense of self. I think you'll start to find more opportunities. You'll start to find more things that start to excite you. And the more you hone in onto what actually excites you, what actually makes you want to get out of bed in the morning, like that's the closer you'll be to finding your purpose, I would say. What effect have I had on other people by living my purpose? I love when I meet people, I love to just ask them what they do, like what they're passionate about. Everybody has a 9 to 5 that they do, but I'm not talking about your 9 to 5. I don't care about your 9 to 5. Like, what do you do as a human being? Like, what do you like? Do you paint? Do you run? Like, do you enjoy talking to your mom? Like, what do you like? What actually gets you going? Because as soon as, everybody has a dream, but not everybody knows how to assemble that dream. Not everybody knows the steps they need to take to get to that dream. Not everybody has the resources, or not everybody recognizes that they have the resources to get to where they want to be. But so just by asking somebody like, hey, what's your dream? Like, what gets you going? Everybody's got a dream. Everybody wants to start a business. Everybody wants to be a painter. You just kind of you walk through it with people where you're like, okay, what's your dream? Like, what have you done to actually get there? And sometimes they probably haven't done anything. And so you kind of just lay out the steps for them, like, well, you could try this, you could do this, and if you do this, then you can go do this. And so just in that, by every single time you meet somebody new, where I came from Jacksonville, Florida, there would be hundreds of people that I met that beforehand, they never even thought about what their dream was. They never even conceived that it was possible to enjoy their dream. But just by my passion is finding that out in people and helping them go towards that. So by living in that, there have been so many people who have just gotten up and quit their jobs, like have just gotten up and just completely changed their lives. And as soon as they realize they're able to do it, they go for it. And so I think that's the impact that I've had on quite a lot of people by just living my dream. I think it's possible for everybody to live their dream because this cosmos is so much more complicated than we could possibly imagine. We have people in science codes who say that, no, it's this tiny little box, but it's not. Every time we put this little box onto it, like it turns out, it's so much bigger than we thought, we used to not believe in the Americas because we never sailed there. So we're like, there's no way, there's things over there. And then we came over here. Now we have this. And then we got telescopes. Now we see planets. Now we see stars. Now we see an infinite cosmos amongst us. It's like, if that's what we thought yesterday, and if that's what we think today, it's like, what are we going to think tomorrow? I think this place is so much more magical than people let on. It's the people who find the magic in this place who really go far. I think that there is infinite abundance here without getting onto woo-woo terms or anything like that. I think there's just infinite here, where I think everybody fits in their lane. Everybody has a specific lane that they fit in because this is, almost natural selection on a point. Nothing here is out of place. So it's like, if your passion is this, then natural evolution would not allow anything else. Like natural evolution would not allow anything but your passion to be to manifest itself into reality. So I think, if people were just to go for it, they would absolutely find that there's a piece of a place for them everywhere. Well, the question is, how does magic work exactly? I have no idea. I have no idea. It just does. The more words I put to it, the more of a box I put to it. I've gotten to the point in my life where I have no idea. It's just, these are just my observations. If I just believe in something, it just happens. So that's all I know. I have no idea. How does somebody believe in themselves? I'd say just do it. Like, find out why you don't believe in yourself and just understand, like, take responsibility for your life and your actions. And like, you are who you are because of you. Like, take responsibility for yourself and ask, like, why? Just, why do I not believe in myself? So nobody can really answer that but you. Just kind of look at yourself. Maybe it's something from your childhood where you thought, oh, my parents did this, so therefore I can't be this. Maybe your friends, maybe there have been experiences where you tried to do something and it failed. Maybe there's a whole host of reasons, but the more you can take responsibility for yourself and your ability to create what you are experiencing, I think closer you get to that. What would the world look like if the majority of people were living their purpose? It would probably look exactly like this, because this is the level of purpose everybody's living right now. And I guess the level of purpose would be a spectrum. I think I like to imagine there's a lot more happiness in the world. And I think a lot of problems, like a lot of mental issues that we have, mental phenomena that we have, do go away. I think a lot of the problems that we have in the world, I think they go away. But I think that's part of it. Yeah, I think there'd be a lot less homelessness. I think there'd be a lot less wars. There'd be a lot less famine. I think there's something about joy that kind of just uplifts everything. That's what I like to imagine. Just go for it. Like, just go for it. Like, just believe in yourself and go for it. There's always 1,000 reasons not to do something, and you can always think of the reason why it might go bad, might go wrong, but just put all of that to the side and kind of just go for it. I made a huge leap of faith moving from my hometown to here. And it's been so much more magical than I could have ever imagined. I've met the most amazing people. I've had the most amazing experiences. Sometimes life tells you to take a jump. Just go for it. Don't think about what if. Don't think about whatever. Just be in the moment and go for it. And I think that's all I can really say to people. Just go for it.